Namaste, guys. Christian Long, life enhancement consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out on this Tuesday afternoon here in Denver, Colorado. It's 1 o'clock p.m. We're jumping on for our daily dose of divine light, love, and power with our focus on the light. I have too many books on my desk. On the light aspect today. I was flipping through a quote. Got on a little bit late because I was talking to a friend, giving some clarity around something. And so I thought, Josiah, Atman Namaste, changing your profile picture. You're a beautiful man. So, Samantha, Atman Namaste. Wait a minute. Hold on, everyone. Here we go. Adriana, Atman Namaste. I'll get back to you with your comments earlier. Just been busy with practice and healing and clients and making it happen in the world. Okay, so this is a sutra or aphorism that I really, really appreciate. We're pulling from Experiencing Being, right? Experiencing Being, the Golden Lotus Sutra books by Grandmaster Chogo Koksui. And this one's beautiful. And I want you to really reflect on it. Reflect on if you are a person who practices this not just with your words, but also with your mind. Do not argue with people. First, check the facts and recheck. Go to the root of the problem. Do not argue with people. First, check the facts and recheck. Go to the root of the problem. So there's a tendency, if you're the third party, somebody comes to you and dumps all over you about a problem that they have with a certain person. Our tendency is to believe the person who first came to us about the problem. True or not true, right? Somebody comes to us about a relationship problem. They pour their guts out. They say all these things about how their partner is messing up here, here, and here. They're horrible. They're abusive. They're this, they're that. The tendency is to what? Believe the first person who gives us the information. So we automatically have a tainted viewpoint of the person that they're complaining about. So we have to be open-minded, and we have to check and recheck if those facts are accurate. Jessica, Namaste. Is the person abusive? Verbally abusive? Physically abusive? Is the person cheating? How do you know the person's cheating? It's not about taking sides. This is a big, big thing that people have a tendency to do in conversations, is that they have a tendency to take sides with the person who's closest to them. But if the person who's receiving the information is objective, right, they go, well, what are the facts? And let's recheck those facts. Very few people do that. So when it comes to arguing with people, the mere act of somebody arguing, it means there's negative emotional energy or a negative emotional charge connected to that very thing. So there's no point in arguing. It's only check what are the facts, recheck the facts, and then make the right choice in that regard. Does that make sense? So we have a tendency to want to argue, want to make our point, want to prove ourselves right, prove the other person wrong, and that doesn't get us anywhere. I remember many, many years ago, if somebody said something bad about pranic healing or something bad about Grandmaster Chogo Koksui, I would immediately jump in to correct their thinking. And it would start as an argument of this back and forth, wasted time, not necessary. The person was more likely to dig their heels in and be more firm with their viewpoint than when they started the argument off to begin with. So there's no need to argue with people, because typically when someone is arguing with you, they're looking for a certain kind of emotional energy from you. So they feel angry within themselves, so angry energy wants to attach to similar anger energy. Fear attaches to fear, right? Gossip attaches to gossip. So when those moments arise, when you're like, hey, this person's trying to bait me into an argument, don't argue. Grandmaster Chogo Koksui, in his book, Psychic Self-Defense for Home and Office, talks about the principle of non-reaction. The principle of non-reaction, meaning if you meet somebody at their level of energy, you are entangled with them. So if they're angry and you get angry, you're entangled. If they're stressed out and you're stressed out, you're entangled. If they're worried and you're worried, you're entangled, right? Your goal is to stay above the solar plexus. So when someone's arguing with you, be aware of your heart, be aware of your throat, be aware of your ajna, be aware of your crown. Be aware of a vibration that's higher than where they are. Do not meet people where they're at. It was interesting. There was someone, I'm trying to think, there was someone who was arguing with me the other day. Yeah, there was someone who was arguing with me the other day. They were getting worked up. And I noticed that I was dropping my energy to meet them at that same level. Who was this? I can't even think of who it was. But I had awareness that that was happening. And what did I do? I shift the energy back up. Argument stopped. Completely diffused. Because I refused, because of awareness and understanding, I refused to drop my energy to meet them at that point of getting worked up. I'm trying to remember who it was. I have an idea who it might be. Anyways, so again, let me read the sutra to you as one last review. I have to get off relatively soon today. No 90-minute stream because I have a client to work with. So again, do not argue with people. First, check the facts and recheck. Go to the root of the problem. The root of the problem. And in coaching, when we say go to the root of the problem, we're saying don't talk about the surface level story. Go to the core energy. So for instance, somebody comes to you with relationship problems and they're saying, oh, whenever we go out to dinner, this happens. Whenever we go to the movies, this happens. Whenever we're paying bills at the end of the month, this happens, right? All these different situations where there's disharmony and arguments between that person and their partner. That's called the surface level or the story of the situation. Underneath the story is the root. Nairab, and I'm going to say underneath the story is the root. Underneath the story is the core energy and core issue. That is what needs healing. Because if you just coach or help on the story level, the person has a surface level understanding of what to do moving forward. So if you give them just advice on what to do to pay bills at the end of the month, or what to do when you have an argument about a movie, or what to do when you have a disagreement about which restaurant to go to, you're coaching on the story. Most therapists coach on the story, and some coaches coach on the story. That's not the effective way to do it. So you want to go to the root of the problem, the core of the problem, because that is typically connected to many, many, many things in our lives, right? You have a tree that comes out of the ground and has branches that go out like this. But if you go to the core, if you go to the persona, namaste, if you go to the root system and affect the root system, you affect the entire tree. Versus focusing on the branches. The branches is the story, right? Don't worry about the branches. If you cut one branch, that doesn't alleviate the pain, the sorrow, and suffering of the tree, right? You can kill the tree at the root, and you can also save the tree at the root. Make sense? So that was our topic for today on the light aspect, the creative intelligence, thinking, understanding, right? And I'll finish it off one last time. Do not argue with people. First, check the facts and recheck. Go to the root of the problem. Ta-da! High five, high five. Oops. High five. High five. Did I give everyone a high five? High five, high five. High five, high five. Bam. Love it. So thank you guys very, very much for sharing your time and energy with me and allowing me to share the teachings of my teacher, Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, with you. And for those of you who need healing, reach out to me on my website, ChristianRLong.com. Schedule a consultation and or healing right then and there. And I look forward to serving you in the very near future. I'm off to continue doing my Dharma, and I will talk to you guys very, very soon. This is Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, wishing you a beautiful day, a beautiful week, and a beautiful life. Atma, Namaste. Bye-bye.